Like all of my dreams, the 112th one is no different in that I can recall every detail of it with crystal clear accuracy. And like all of my dreams, the 112th one is no different in that even though I can recall every detail of it, I have no idea with which detail the dream started. It could have been with the mermaid on my love seat, or it could have been with an alien reading the HarperCollins Spanish to English dictionary. But the more I think about it, for the sake of linear storytelling, it might be best to start off with a mask on the ground. And me, walking away from a horrible crash landing down by the river. You see, I was on my way back to Earth after doing battle with an evil alien dictator who was trying to take over our galaxy when my engines failed. But standing there in the park, the only thing I was concerned with was being on time for a date I had made with my mermaid friend some 3 weeks earlier. When I got to her house, she wasn't so much angry as she was concerned that I hadn't contacted her during my time away. So I presented her with a flower. And she gave me a hug and said that she wanted to hear all about my adventure.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
The great battle took place on a distant planet named Delaware, and the evil alien dictator was a man with a cane who stood in the park and destroyed his enemies by reciting week-old jokes from The Tonight Show. I got through his band of foot soldiers with ease before moving in for the kill. Our fight proved to be a very easy task, as he went down with only one leg sweep and then died on the grass. And with that, I took off back to my ship like mad lightning. But, like all evil geniuses, he wasn't dead at all, but rather pretending to be dead. And so I went back into battle, determined to finish him off for good. But this time, it was he that had the advantage, as I found myself locked in a washroom with a gorgeous hand-painted siren who used seductive body language and jazz music to distract me from my mission. The body language I could handle, but there was just something about that jazz that drew me closer. I was almost ready to give in to temptation when I remembered that the receiver in my space hat could pick up CBC Radio 2 from anywhere in the galaxy. Quickly I turned it on, and Thelonious Monk's piano was overthrown by the sound of Len Archibald and Scott Upshall performing a scene from August Strindberg's The Ghost Sonata, with musical score by the great experimental musician Dexter Womack.
When someone is dying, it's put up around them, just like in a hospital.
What a horrible place! And the student wants to come here because he thinks it's paradise?
What student? Oh, him. One who's coming here this evening. The colonel and the young lady met him at the opera and were taken by him. Huh. Now, it's my turn to ask questions. Who is your master, the man in the wheelchair?
Yes. Is he coming here too?
He's not invited.
If necessary, he'll come uninvited.
I hear he's an old crook.
Full blown.
He looks like the devil himself.
And he must be a magician too, for he can go through locked doors.
And with that, I broke free from the washroom and went back to war with the evil alien dictator and reduced him to nothing. 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 Back home, my mermaid friend marveled at my story and smiled when I told her how much I missed her. Then we made plans to go for Big Macs, but I told her that we couldn't go yet because the phone was ringing inside my head. And I should answer it because it might be my commander. What the fuck? Yeah, so anyways, I left her for a moment and went into the house and down into the basement. There, I didn't see a ringing phone, but instead, my friend Sunny Malhotra. Before I could ask him where I could find the ringing phone, he went into his story. explained that lately he had been questioning his place in the world and wondering if it was all worth it.
Hey, Sonny, it's me, Lenny. I need $20. You got $20, man? I'm calling from a seafood restaurant right now, you know, the seafood and the crab and the mashed potatoes.
Hey,
and
Sonny, it's Sarah. How are you? Oh, anyways, my blow dryer broke, and I'm like going crazy because I don't know what
Sonny,
to do.
it's me, Darren. Listen, man, I know I didn't pay you back that $50 from last month, but can you lend me another $50? I don't know what happened. I just ran out of money this week, and I'm not gonna be able to make my rent. Yeah, you know, I guess I just didn't
I
gauge
don't
my
have the money
budget
for
properly.
bills.
Hey,
I
Sonny,
mean,
it's
I
Sarah.
saw
How are
that.
you?
Top
Oh,
off my
anyways,
wax.
my blow dryer broke,
Dustin
and I'm like
Miles,
going
Miles,
crazy
I
because
heard
I
the
don't know what
bottom
to do.
right
My
now.
hair's just gonna be
That's
so
why,
flat.
you know, I
My
didn't
blow
know I
dryer
had
is
to
like
do.
broken.
I had to have that for
Anyone
my
I could talk
collection,
to.
you know.
I mean, I talked to my mom, I talked to my dad, and
He also said that he was really thinking about suicide due to the fact that he developed a terrible addiction to snails. I told Sonny that with these types of personal questions, maybe it wasn't best to seek opinions from others, but rather retreat to a deep state of meditation, thus looking inwards for the answer. He agreed with that. Then I said I didn't mean to be rude, but I really needed to find that ringing telephone. He informed me that no one could use the phone without first getting permission from his boss. So in order to get permission, Sonny set up a meeting in the football field. In the football field, Sonny's boss said that he didn't have a telephone. So I asked him to explain what the ringing noise was. Then we all looked to my left, where there was in fact a ringing telephone. I made a mad dash, but when I answered, it wasn't my commander on the other end at all, but instead haunting demonic laughter. When I turned around, I was back in the basement with Sonny. He told me I should stop worrying about ringing telephones and devote the proper amount of attention to the beautiful mermaid who was waiting for me upstairs. I told him he was right, but when I went back outside, it had gotten dark. Too dark to go out for Big Macs, but that was fine with my mermaid friend. Instead, we just went to the park and kissed, and decided that maybe Big Macs weren't the best things to put in our bodies, if we really loved them.